Today I will be showing you how to create your own custom monogram. These monograms will be featured in the 2012 Caring Caps fundraiser. They're cute, chic, elegant, and work in almost any room as a great decoration. You will need cardboard, yarn, tape, hot glue gun, wax paper, buttons, ruler, and scissors. Trace out your letter on a piece of cardboard using a Sharpie and a ruler. It needs to be less than 9.7 inches by 7.7 inches, around that height. Go ahead and cut out your letter using a pair of hefty-duty scissors, and just kind of first off roughly cut it out, and then we'll go back and kind of fine-tune it. Here I'm just kind of shaping the edges again like I mentioned. You want to make sure that your edges are nice and smooth so that the yarn will fit comfortably around it. Continue cutting out the letter until all the pieces are precisely cut out and the letter looks nice and sharp. Remember, any errors you make are going to be magnified by the yarn being wrapped around it, so you want it to be very nice. Now, go ahead and test the levelness of it by standing it upright like I am here. That will ensure that when you actually go to wrap the yarn around it, it's not going to be a leaning tower of Pisa. You want it to be nice and straight so that it doesn't look off. So I'm just continuing to cut out the cardboard here. Now I'm finishing up cutting it out, and that's the final product. I have some tape here with me in case the yarn falls off, and I'm just going to take my yarn and just start winding away. Now obviously this looks pretty fast because I've sped it up, but I'm just kind of thickly wrapping the yarn. You want it so that none of the cardboard is showing, and then it's kind of plush, but you don't want it to be too thick because obviously the thicker you make it, the more yarn you use up, and we don't want to use up a huge amount of yarn on these. So when you get into a weird area like the middle of the K here, you may have to start wrapping the yarn diagonally to kind of go around it, and you can kind of see I'm doing this with the other side. You can see that like triangle of exposure. We'll just go back in and wrap around that and make sure it gets covered up. You want to make sure that you don't wrap all the way to the edge of the cardboard because the yarn will fall off. I have it highlighted here so you can see what I mean. Just do a little bit off the edge. We'll fix it later. Just continue wrapping, and that's what it looks like when it's done. Plug in your hot glue gun, and let's start gluing. So, sorry my hot glue gun's a little slow, it's warming up. But we're going to just go ahead and glue around the edges of that, one of the ends of the pieces of cardboard, and then also on the top of the cardboard. We're going to take some yarn and wrap just pretty much around the sides of that glue. You want to do it firmly, but don't burn yourself. And then go ahead and cut the yarn. And I'm just kind of hot gluing it to that nobody can see it. You can kind of see that the cardboard is, well, now you can't see. The cardboard is slightly exposed, but we'll cover that up. There's the back of the letter, and then here is the front. So let's go ahead and cut a 2-inch piece of yarn, fold it twice, and using our hot glue gun, we're going to cover up that last area of the edge of the cardboard with a nice thick layer of glue. Take your little folded piece of yarn and attach it nicely. Go ahead and just press it down gently so, once again, you don't burn yourself, but firmly. You want to make sure that you do this whole covering of the edges process to every edge of the letter so that the product is fully finished and looks great. Okay, so that's the final product, and I've just gone ahead here and laid out my buttons. I'm going to be using my hot glue gun and putting the glue onto the button, and then putting that onto the yarn. Just continue this with all your buttons till you're done. A lot of people ask me if hot gluing is really the best method, or if Gorilla Glue or Elmer's glue even would work better, but I found that hot gluing is the best method. It's really thick, so it attaches a lot of yarn. Elmer's glue and stuff like that, as silly as it sounds, it's kind of soupy and thin, and it doesn't really attach to a lot of yarns, and it dries. It takes forever to dry, so hot gluing is definitely the best method to go. So I'm just going ahead and taking some loose edges and re-gluing them on the back just to make sure everything looks nice and clean. Here's the final product of the K. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Bye!